Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the North Carolina Business Podcast. Here we talk with the owners about their products and services that they offer in their business, and we learn about their story. We find out about their life's journey and what was it that inspired them to become entrepreneurs. So grab a glass of iced tea or your beverage of choice and join us in a nice conversation to get to know another great North Carolina business owner. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the North Carolina Business Podcast. I'd like to welcome George Woodring with us from iGLASS Networks out of Cary. Welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you for having me, Amanda.
It's great to see you again because we were high school classmates. So
yes,
it's
long past life.
It feels like it sometimes, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, it's great to see you and talk to you again. Since I'm not too much of a detailed and expert IT person, I'd love for you to tell us, kind of on my level and for perhaps for potential clients, what it is that you got, the services that you offer, and some of the industries that some of your clients are in.
Okay. We provide outsourced 𝗘𝗃 services. So what we do is we monitor our customers' networks to look for problems, and we do basic remediation to where we'll fix small issues for the customer 24/7. We have a fully staffed 𝗘𝗃 we have someone on site, at least 2 people on site, 24 hours a day to help solve people's problems.
That's awesome. So it's different. So companies that they specialize in, in their specialty, and they come to you to help them with their network and to take care of their network if there are problems, if there are outages. Is that right?
Yes, we do more of we augment their staff, because to do network monitoring, you need to have a lot of care and feeding of the system, so that when you have a problem, you don't go look at your network monitor and know that it hasn't been working for the last 2 weeks. And so it takes a lot of time to do that. And a lot of people, we try to keep, they don't have to wake you up in the middle of the night. Because a lot of these companies, they have stuff that goes 24 hours a day, and in the middle of the night, we can tell them, hey, something's wrong, that they can fix it before the people come into work the next morning. And if it's a simple problem that they have given us permission to fix, we can go ahead and, okay, we need to restart this process that will end up making everything good by the time they get up in the morning and they don't have to be woken up.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. And you guys have been in business for quite some time now.
Yes,
when did you guys start?
1998. I went to college at NC State for electrical engineering. When I graduated, I went to work for Ericsson, which is a big telecommunications equipment manufacturer, in their IT department. And I did that for 5 years. And we decided we were bringing in a lot of consultants by the end of our stay there. And it seemed like we could do a lot of the work. Some of the consultants were brought in. So I went to my boss, and a couple of us, we broke off and we started our own consulting business. And we got into a niche. We installed computer networks. There is a type of networking called ATM, which is asynchronous transfer mode, and it's was used primarily as part of digital cable. So my company, we started out, we installed these networks for cable companies who do digital cable, and then that led up to 2000 when the Y2K was coming. And so we were very busy doing this. So we installed lots of networks, and then January 1st, all the business dried up. So then we had to sit back and say, because everybody's upgraded their network for the Y2K, there's no need to hire people to come in and install new network equipment because everybody had new networking equipment. So we started thinking, well, all these companies we've gone into, what is a need that they would have? And a lot of them, especially in the cable industry, they were not used to networking. So we started this monitoring so we could provide our expertise in the networking field to provide them a service. And that expanded. Since we did start off with the cable industry, we have tools that'll monitor people's modems down to their house. So we can tell you, okay, this whole street went away, you have a problem there, they can go send somebody to fix the problem before they get phone calls. Now with how everybody's addicted to the internet, I'm sure the calls aren't too far behind us telling them that their street went down, and then slowly we've been expanding into other areas. We have credit unions, we have entertainment companies, we have legal firms. So we have a broad spectrum of clients.
Right. And I saw children's hospitals, credit unions, yeah, like you said, law firms. I enjoyed the case study that you have on your website. It was the New York State Educational Research Network.
Yes.
That sounded very interesting. Can you tell just a little bit about that, how that came about and how you're able to help them?
From the sales part, I'm not much into the sales part. And so I don't know how we actually got business. Mm-hmm. But what they provide is computer networks between schools in the state of New York. And so what we do is we monitor all these connections between all the schools, and then we act as a central hub in solving the problems as one arises. We open tickets with carriers to make sure that the carrier providing the circuit is not doing maintenance or having an outage they already know about, and we help coordinate with our customer, but we also coordinate with their customers as well so that they keep up to date of where the issue is and when we think it's to be resolved.
Nice. Very nice. Well, let's go to, so you started the company, you're a co-founder with your brother, Jack. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, and Tim Bolden, he was my boss at Ericsson.
Oh, nice.
So all three of us worked at Ericsson at the time when we all left. And then when we left, we all had a niche when we started our new company. I did a lot of Unix administration work. Tim did a lot of networking work. And then Jack did a lot of Windows work. And then it slowly got to where all we did was the network installation. So, I mean, I did the network installation stuff as well. We traveled a lot. And then fast forward to today, Tim Bolden is the president of our company, and he still has a large focus on the networking aspects of things, helping clients fix issues or answer questions about their networks. Jack Woodring, he's in charge of our NOC. He handles all the people who answer the phone and takes care of the software. And then I am head of the software department, and we develop the software, the whole iGLASS system, which does the remote monitoring. Plus we write code. If we have a customer who has a specific application or need to be monitored, we'll write code to monitor that application for them.
Okay, excellent. How is it working with your brother in business for all these years?
It's fine. Mom always asks about what my brother's doing, and I have no idea.
Wow, that's
But
funny.
it's also, I mean, we also keep it in the family too. My wife works here as well.
Oh, wow.
She's a software developer here. So she's in charge of like the front end of our network, the web page that we provide as the access portal to our software. So
Oh, how nice.
her every day as well. So
that's awesome. And how did you guys meet?
in college, we had an 8 a.m. class that I liked 8 a.m. classes because I could get them done early and have the rest of the afternoon. And she didn't like 8 a.m. classes.
So you helped her out a little bit to stay awake.
I gave her the note. I don't know if I helped her. It was a civil engineering class, which I did not grasp quite as easily as I should have, probably.
Wow. Oh my goodness. That's great. That's great. I was looking at your website and I saw a biometric security analyst named Daisy.
Daisy. Yes,
she's so cute.
We do have dogs come in. My brother brings his dog in every day. I have 2 dogs. We bring them in occasionally just to get them so they don't have to stay in the crate all day. But with working from home, all of our employees right now are working from home. So my dogs are at home, but Daisy's here today.
Now, is Daisy your brother's dog?
But Daisy's my brother's dog.
Oh, great.
And so, there's all 3 owners have been coming into the office during the lockdown. But so we each have 3,000 square feet of office space to ourselves. So Daisy still runs around and visits everybody to see what they're eating.
See if there's any leftovers, or see if you'll be nice and give her a snack.
Yes. Or she's not past taking it off your desk while you're not looking.
Smart dog. I like that. I like that. Yeah. You guys, so because of the COVID-19, you guys are under a business continuity plan. So what is that? You had that designed beforehand?
Yeah, we've had it designed. It's been top of our mind from almost day one since we started working here. In 2006, our office building was in Apex, North Carolina, and they had a chemical plant explosion in Apex. And they shut down the town just to have everybody stay at home due to air quality. And so even way back then, we all were at my house in my bonus room working on the care and feeding and taking care of our customers. We've been proactive. We've been moving all of our software into the Amazon cloud, and to try to get rid of, we used to have colo spaces that we leased. We've been able to get rid of those, and the cost of the colo spaces pays for our Amazon presence. But we've also upgraded our phone system. Last year, we went to Zoom as our phone system, which is timely for us with this. So it makes it easier. But all 20 something of our employees are working at home. They all have phone, they have access to the computer network, and seems to be going well so far.
Wow, that's awesome. So you were even ahead of all this back in the 2000s and already had everything planned out, and with the Amazon cloud servers.
Yes, but this gives it the real world test. We've done it before. Living in North Carolina, they talk about snow next week, and everything starts panicking, and people don't want to drive. So we have worked at home. There's certain shifts when inclement weather, but this is the first long term, and so.
And how's it been going? Have you had any hiccups?
Everybody likes the video conferencing. Everybody tends to get together and have the different departments have meetings every morning over video conference, and it seems to work really well. I mean, productivity is good. It's probably not as high as if you can just walk next door and talk to somebody, but it's working out very well.
Excellent, excellent. So where do you see your business going in the next 5 or 10 years from now?
Well, hopefully we can grow it a little bit bigger. We have 25 employees. Right now we have in our NOC shift rotation, we have 2 people, at a minimum 2 people per shift, 24 hours a day. I would like to see it get to have enough business where we could support for having 3 people on each shift. It makes it easier for the middle of the night group to have someone else to talk to help keep them awake. So I'd like to see it grow to support that size.
Definitely. And some of your customers are all over at least the US right now, right? I saw some from Massachusetts, Iowa, the Virgin Islands.
Yes, we have customers. All of our customers seem to be US based, but a lot of our customers are international. We have a networking company that has locations all over the globe. And so it brings up the bane of my existence, which is time zones. Like writing software and having to deal with time zones is like the worst thing possible. So.
Yeah, it's too bad the Earth rotates, right? And there are so many time zones around the world.
Yes, they just need one time zone. Everybody should be in GMT time, and eat dinner at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's fine.
Exactly. I totally understand that. That's for sure. Well, let's see. I mean, coming from, an entrepreneur, like I'm a new entrepreneur, just, being a life coach and coming up on my 1-year anniversary this summer. And I really enjoy that. But what would you tell, someone who is interested in, pursuing their dream of entrepreneurship? And are there 2 pieces of advice you can maybe give me?
Know your strengths and know when to hire someone to complement you. Like I said, I am not a good salesperson, and as a company, that was one of the things we had to do early on that helped the business thrive, is to have a salesperson. As all the owners are engineers, and we are very much, this is how it works, take it or leave it. And whereas the salesperson knows how to communicate much better than us on the persuasive part of, why you need this. Mm-hmm. Whereas an engineer, we assume, you're talking to us, you must think you need this. Here are the benefits of it. These are the 2 side effects, and we'll let you make the decision. Whereas a salesperson helps promote you much better.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, thank you. I think that's great advice. Yes, that sounds great. What do you do outside of iGLASS Networks?
I enjoy woodworking. Unfortunately, in high school, when we knew each other, I was not smart enough to take a shop class. But in college, I took one, and I enjoyed it. It gives you to use some of my engineering brain, but it also gives you something to do with your hands. And so I enjoy woodwork. I don't do it as much as I'd like, but
What project are you working on now, or what was the last thing you were working on?
The last thing I finished was a side table for to put my evening drink on. Right now I'm making a television console table that'll hold the TV, the controller box, and books. I have a bookshelf on the bottom of it. So.
Oh, how nice. How nice. Does your wife get involved in any of that, or is this your project?
She has her own plethora of projects.
That's really nice. That's nice. I mean, that's something also that, who knows, it may end up going to your daughter when
Yes.
she gets older, right? That's really nice. What was one of the first things you ever made?
I made in college, when I took the class, I made a fish tank stand to hold like a 55-gallon fish tank. And so,
wow.
So back in college, I really wanted to have fish. I don't have them anymore, but so I made.
That's nice. That's nice. Was it, really sturdy wood to hold a fish tank so big?
Yeah, you had the frame to hold the weight, and then it had like a covering to make it look nice to where my wife would allow it in the house. And it had space underneath to hide all the care and feeding of the fish tank.
Wow. So even aesthetically pleasing, not just,
Yes.
The engineer side of it being sturdy and hold up. It
Yes.
looked nice too. Good job.
Nice.
So you got it left brain, right brain combination,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. So how can people, well, first of all, you're located in Cary, right?
Yes, North Carolina.
Okay. And how can people get in touch with you?
The best way is to go to our website, which is www.iglass.net. Once there, if you want someone from the sales department will chat with you if you want to do it that way. We have an 800 number. I think it's 1-800-YOUR-NOC that they can call someone, and that's probably the best way to get in touch with us.
Excellent. That sounds great. Was there anything else you wanted to say before we finish up?
Well, what time is it over there? It's early in the morning here.
It's 2:30 in the afternoon here.
Also just
Yes.
after lunch.
Yeah. Well, actually getting to be lunchtime for us. We actually eat lunch around 3 o'clock. Yeah.
Wow.
2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's time for your second cup of coffee. Is that right?
Yeah, or tea. I've never been one for the coffee. So,
What kind of tea do you like?
today it's Irish breakfast, but
Oh, nice.
I like black dark tea. I like the variety.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. I drink tea in the afternoon, but I have to have my 1 cup of coffee in the morning or I'm in a really bad mood. And I'm not in a bad mood too much, but if we run out of coffee, then yeah, we have to go get coffee. Well, good. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to spend on the podcast. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Enjoyed it. It was good seeing you again.
It was great seeing you too. Thank you. And I hope we'll be in touch again sometime soon.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us in this episode of the North Carolina Business Podcast. If you're listening on iTunes, please subscribe. And if you're listening on YouTube, please subscribe and hit the little bell beside the subscribe button so you'll be notified when the next episode comes out. If you or anyone you know is a North Carolina business owner and would like to be on this podcast, please let me know by sending an email to amanda@bestlifeinspire.com. Thank you very much, and we look forward to you joining us on the next episode.